Hello and welcome to the Global Fair Share. My name is Jackie and I am an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in the UK. Okay, let's go down onto the desk. There you go. So that is the lovely hand-penned petals. Lovely stamp set, and you get the coordinating dies as well. So this is the card that I'm going to show you how to make. The base card is actually a single layer, and then you open this flap and then you've got a your card there. So I'm just going to bring this along to see, hopefully I can see some chat. There we go. So yeah, really like this style of card, and I absolutely love the colours that are in the papers, etc. So I'm just going to put that card there. I am hoping that the Wi-Fi is going to play ball with me today. As you know, I quite often have problems, but it's a little bit windy, but hopefully not too bad. So I'm going to bring in my paper trimmer, and I will put all the measurements up when I post my photo of my finished card, but you will need a piece of basic white card, and this is thick card, and that measures at 7.5 by 29.6 centimeters, and I'm going to score that at 14.8. So I'm actually scoring that in half, and that's 2 3/4 by 11, scoring at 5.5. Now I have actually already pre-scored this, so just do that, get my cutter blade out the way, and then you're scoring and then folding that up. Okay, so I think we might need the paper trimmer again, so I'm just going to put that to one side. Hopefully that won't fall off my desk. You'll need some basic white. This is just normal, and this is 8 by 14 centimeters, and that's 3 1/4 by 5.5 inches. And I'm going to stamp my flower on there. So just getting my Memento black ink. I'm actually going to stamp the flowers, but if you wanted to colour them in with your blends, you can do so, and that's with Memento. But if you use any other mediums, such as your Stampin' Right markers or your classic ink pads, because they're water-based, you will need to use StazOn. Okay, and I'm just going to stamp that at the top. Okay. And then for my colours, I've got Highland Heather and Mint Macaron. Okay, sorry, my Facebook is not allowing me to see comments, but I will catch up with you after the presentation. So getting the large flower, turn that the right way round. I'm just going to stamp down. Now if you think that's a little bit too faint, you can do another stamp over, and it doesn't matter if it doesn't line up completely. This is what I love about this stamp set. It doesn't have to be precise, and you've got that white element on there as well. So it's just showing through, which I like. So I'm just going through all the little flowers, getting this stamped. Now this flower, I always struggle as to which way it goes round, but it doesn't matter. Okay, and then lastly we've got this double flower. Okay, and I'm just going to do that in one impression. So they're just a little bit fainter. Okay, so this is quite a speedy way of colouring in your flower. So I'll just bring that up. Okay, and it's just lovely, and it just looked like you've painted it. And then I'm going to go in with the Mint Macaron, and then we've got two sizes of the leaves. So just going in with the large one. and then with the small one. Okay, so just going in like so. And then that is your flower already coloured in. Okay, and then you take that to your die cutting machine and you die cut that out, which I have already done in Blue Peter style. Okay, so this is my one cut out, so we can put that to one side and we can start working on the card. So your base card is going to be again, I've used the basic white thick card, and that measures at 10.5 by 14.8 centimetres, and that's 4 by 5.5 inches. So basically that is your cardstock, your normal card base in half. Then I've got some beautiful designer series paper, and this measures 9.5 by 14.8 centimetres, and that's 3 3/4 by 5.5 inches. And I'm actually going to use this lovely greenery paper. Okay, and that just gives you a small border. So I'm just going to glue that on with some adhesive. I hope you've enjoyed the presentation so far. I haven't had a chance to have a look, so I'll be catching up on replay later on this afternoon. Okay, and you're just gluing that on so you've got a slight border. Okay, then with your basic white card that we folded, you'll find that that will fit on like that. And I've just realised that I've not done my arm. Now, will I be able to get this off? Oh, that's what I like about the Tombow. You have a bit of room to work with. So I'm using the basic white, and that is 2.5 by 14 centimetres, and that is 1 by 5 3/4, I think that is. Can't read my own writing. So I'm just going to bring in the banner punch, and that should fit in quite snugly. So I want the flag end, and I'm just going to make sure that I can get that in the middle as much as I can and punch. Okay, and then I want this just laying there, so I'm just going to bring a pencil, and then I can bring back my paper trimmer. Just move that to one side. Oops. And then I can just score on that line. Bring that back. And then this can then be glued down. Okay, like so. Then you can unflap that, and then you can glue your designer series paper down over it. Okay, so that's like that. Okay. Excuse me. And then I've got some matching designer series paper, and this one measures 2 by 10 centimetres, that's 3/4 and 5.5 inches. And again, we're going to flag the end. So just getting the punch. I love this punch. I'm not very good at doing flag ends when you do it with a pair of scissors. One side always seems to be different to the other, whereas this, you can more or less get it perfect. And then that will just go on there, and you've got a nice border Okay. Then that can be opened up. Excuse me, I think I need a cup of tea, bear with. Okay, so I've got another piece of designer series paper, and this is 6.5 by 14 centimeters, and that's 2.5 by 5.25 inches. And I'm going to use this lovely pink side here, and that will get glued onto the front of our folded card. Now, if you wanted to do more matte layers, you can do so, just going down by 0.5 centimetre or 1/8 of an inch. It's totally up to you. So that just gets glued on like so, and this then gets glued on to your base card. Like that. Okay. And then that will just flap over. Then I'm using my favourite dies, which is the Stitch So Sweetly dies. If you watch me regularly, you know that I'm using these dies all the time, and I absolutely love this die here. And I've used that on a piece of basic white, which is 6.5 by 9.5 centimetres, and that's 2.5 inches by 3 3/4. But you can you just use a bit of scrap paper. Okay, and I just love the stitching on there, so that can then be glued to the front of the card like so, and then that will sort of flap over like that, and then we can glue our flowers on. I don't want to use dimensionals because of that the arm or flap, that will sort of make it sort of stick out more. So just put that how you want to, and then that is like that. Okay, and then I thought, well, this looks a bit bare, so using the scallop frame again from the coordinating hand pen dies, I've just did a strip of long length, and then I've cut it down. Okay, and I want that hanging just underneath, so I've got to just snip that there. Oh, actually, if I glue that on, then that'll be easier. So I want it showing when this flap bit is shut. So put that there. And then that can be snipped. I think that was 7.5. No, I'm not quite sure what I've done with the measurement for that. But as I say, I'll put all the measurements on the album. Okay, so that just goes on like that. So then when you close that flap, you've got this lovely decorative border underneath that just gives it a little bit more of a wow. Okay. So next we have to stamp our greeting, and I've used thanks. And this is in a lovely font. So the measurement for the Whisper White that I've given you should be enough to stamp your flower and your greeting. But again, you can just use scraps of card, and I'm sure that we've got loads of card left over in our boxes of, especially of Whisper White. And I'm using the Duo punch set, and that just fits perfectly. Okay. So that's our thanks, and then we need some Highland Heather, and I'm going to just punch the scallop again. So So we've got that like that. And then I thought with the Blushing Bride ink, I will just edge this greeting. Okay, so just using a dauber, go round, just to introduce some more base Blushing Bride to the card. And then that can be glued on. And then that can just be placed on, oops, not that it matters if it's upside down because I can turn the other bit round, but just make sure that that's on like that. Bring my card back. Then I'm just going to get some dimensionals. And I want that just sitting down slightly. So I'm bringing in my favourite tool, take a pick, and just getting those, oops, dimensionals off. And then just take the backings off. Oh, I think these are really old dimensionals. I think they've lost their stick. Don't know where I found those from. I think they come out of a kit actually. But there we go. So that goes on like so. And then for the jewels, if I bring that up, you can see that. I've used the holiday jewels. I keep forgetting about these, but I thought that these would look, they're the rhinestones, and they come in different colours, and I thought these orangey type colours would look lovely in the centre. So I'm just going to bring in my second take a pick tool and use the putty end. I have got two. I use one for my die cutting, so that's got the brush end on, and then this one has got the putty and my ball tool on. And then lastly, well, not lastly, I'm just going to get a brushed butterfly. Again, loving these. I don't think my putty's got enough whip on there. Whoops. No. And I'm just going to put that on there. So the brass butterflies are from the mini catalogue, and I love these, and hopefully these will carry over. And then lastly, if I can find it, I was going to put some Wink of Stella on there, but no, my brush has gone. But on this one I did put some Wink of Stella on there just to give it a little bit of glitter. And there is our finished card. I hope you like that. So I'm just going to bring you back to me. Anyway, thank you for joining me, and take care and enjoy the rest of the share fair. Bye.